Hello guys, and welcome back to Disappointing Turtle. I am Creed. Thank you ever so much for coming back. If you wondered where I have been, I had a little holiday. It's been a year now since I've been doing the old YouTubes. So, needed to take a little break. Anyway, I'm back now, and thank you very, very much for sticking around and waiting for me to put some new stuff out. So this week I think we are going to go over the Returning Kings event. There's a couple of little things that were a bit unsure in there. People didn't really know what it was about, so I'm going to shed a little bit of light on that. If you're one of the lucky guys that has managed to just get on with that, then you'll know what it's all about already. I did do a couple of things above and beyond to do with that, so I actually started another castle in another kingdom to see what those rewards would be like, so we can have a little look at that as well. And whilst I was doing that, I come across some other stuff that I think will be really, really important. So, yeah, I'm not going to go over that right now. I'm going to make you guys wait. You can see what it is. But yeah, it's just a few things to do with new accounts and maybe some stuff that could potentially be coming in the future for us older kingdoms as well. So yeah, lots and lots of interesting stuff. So it's all been going on at the moment, right? This anniversary event. Well, I don't know how you guys are finding it. It's like half and half. Some of it's alright and some of it's absolutely terrible. I don't waste my time doing the puzzles and stuff. Like, I'll do them once, get a half decent score, and then that's it pretty much. I don't want to be doing those every single day. Don't care how many chances I have. I do it in about 1:30, I think, get my 3 stars and all the rewards, and then the main chest, and then I am done with that. And some of the other ones I didn't really pay much attention to either. One of them did cause absolute controversy though, and it was the sunken ship one, because there was a little bit in there in the explanation that basically said that if you didn't complete building that ship as a kingdom, then you didn't get to go on the treasure hunt. And I was not sure if the treasure hunt was going to be something to do with what they'd been putting out in this anniversary event, or if it was going to be something to do with the Uncharted Seas. And all I could think about was, shit, if we don't build this fucking ship, we're not going to be able to do Uncharted Seas. And there was just this little niggly thing at the back of my head. And by the time I'd even read this stuff, it was actually one of the guys in my alliance kind of drew attention to it, so... But I just went nuts! I was sending out mails left, right and centre, doing shouts across the kingdom for days and just hoping. Do you know what? We didn't complete it. I think we got up to, because what was it? Was it 5 million you had to get up to? I think we were like 600k shy or something like that. It was pretty diabolical, but that just goes to show that everybody else is not really paying much attention to those little bits as well. They just seem like consumer events, and by that what I mean is you're using all your resources and all your speed ups and basically all your stuff that's really useful for the big main event in these like shitty little events for really crappy rewards. So I tend to just steer clear of them. I don't pay much attention to them. If I get them, I get them. You know, I don't push myself unless you're getting something new and something exciting. Crimson Gold I might stretch to, depending on how much it was, because it's quite hard to get in the game. It does cost a bit. In the event, in the main event, I think is the best return on Crimson Gold, and obviously Shooting Range as well, but I saved those for main event, so it depends what order it all comes in. Nearly knocked off Big Mike. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna let you guys get on and watch my video, so enjoy. Okay, so firstly, I'm just gonna quickly explain what this event is. So Returning Kings, it is literally that. It is for Returning Kings. So players that have not played in a very long time, or the odd farm account that's been lying around, I guess. So this is the bit where I'm going to be completely straight with you. The rewards themselves actually aren't that bad, but they are not for like returning old main accounts, not unless it's been sat dormant for a year or more. You do get a lot of stuff. It is up to date. It is current. It gives you enough stuff to be able to build up, but really it's just for dusting off your farms, guys. Like, I got down in the nitty gritty. I actually did this event like across 5 or 6 different accounts. You might notice in my footage that it kind of jumps back and forth because I might forget to film something whilst I'm doing it on another account, so I either go back to it later or I had to start another one so that I could do it again. And yeah, I've got a lot of farms I hadn't used for a really, really long time, especially doing the YouTube stuff as well and doing 3 jobs. This is another reason why I needed a holiday. It can be a massive pain in the ass trying to keep on top of all of these accounts. So when my castle hit sort of C40, I really cut back on the amount of farms that I was using. I'm C41 now. I'm not going anywhere for a really, really long time, so I really don't actually need to pay any attention to my farms right now. But yeah, just before we get into the rewards and stuff, I just wanted to put that out there. I don't think that it's any good for somebody that has decent stats and maybe just hasn't logged on for a week. I mean, free stuff is free stuff. It's great, but don't think that this is going to be like a building block for a bigger castle to really push it. It's not there. It's great for little castle or a farm. Maybe even C30 could probably benefit from it, but nothing higher, I don't think. Okay, so initially it starts up and a little message will pop up. Oh, we've missed you so much. Yay, we're glad you're back. Please come play again. Have all of this free stuff. Woo. I say it like that just because, come on, God don't give a shit. I don't know if this event is just for the anniversary or if it's something that they're just going to keep consistently through now. I guess we'll find out in a week's time when the anniversary event is actually over. So if you do have any farms lying around, get them in there straight away. Anyway, so little message comes up. It does give you some free stuff, so it gives you some troops, you get some resources, and you get some speed ups. Oh my god. You get some speed ups and a skin, I think. Yes, you do, like a Viking dude kind of thing. I don't think it's a permanent skin though. It's just a 7-dayer, so don't get too excited. Don't be logging onto accounts just for a free skin, because I think it's literally just there for 7 days. But also on top of all of this stuff, you get some really awesome buffs and alliance buffs as well. So in the alliance, if you have 5 returning kings, then the buffs will stack 5 times, but they don't stack any higher than that. So me personally, I had like 6 accounts across several kingdoms, but 3 of them were in 433. And a couple of other players also had them, so it didn't make sense for us to have them all in the alliance at the same time. And there's a couple of other things that I will go over with you as well that benefited kind of bringing them in gradually rather than having them all in together at the same time. So we did just limit it to 5 to stay within those boundaries, and then once they'd run out after a week, then we brought in another 5 and so forth and so forth and so forth. And some of the rewards kind of work like that as well, but as I said, we will definitely go over that. One of the first things that you will notice is that there is a lot of tabs, which is good and bad. It's good because, yeah, lots of free stuff. It's bad because, yeah, lots of stuff to do on top of everything else. Nah, it was alright. It really wasn't that bad. To be honest, when you haven't been on an account for ages, especially if you've left it in an alliance, the minute you click on the mailboxes, you end up with a ton of stuff anyway. Some of my farms just live off of that free alliance stuff. That's it. I don't do anything with it. And the gold mounts up, and then I use it to buy resources. It works out quite well, so I'm not going to complain about it. Yeah, lots and lots of tabs. So you had daily affairs, which you pretty much, it speaks for itself. You did that on the daily. You get the Returning Kings event for 7 days, so you're expected to get all of this done within that given time slot. Anything that you don't get done, you miss out on, unfortunately. So yeah, daily affairs. Some of it was pretty cool. So it gave you these like roses, and you cash them in. The same as what you do with some of the other events that they put in that they think are like special, and they're not. They're just tedious. You can obviously pay I don't do that, but you can obviously pay a bit of money to upgrade that stuff. I don't really know if it's worth it, especially if you're doing it on a farm account. Like I said, if it is a castle that was a main that hasn't been logged on for like a year, then maybe things like this are worth making an investment if you're planning on actually staying in a kingdom long term. But really, I don't know how beneficial this stuff would be for bigger castles, so anyone let me know. Just let me know, because I think the biggest one that I've done this on was like a C19, so the Returning Kings event comes with its own special offers as well, as do most other events, whether you're in a new or old kingdom. But yes, it does have its own, and they are a little bit toned down, and maybe a half decent value. Again, I didn't buy any, but the option is there for sure. And then one of the really nice touches that they actually did with this was they did something, they called it Royal Gifts, but you earn coins by doing one of the other things in the tab, or several of them, and with those coins you could invest in these gifts. Actually, I thought the rewards were quite good. You got speed ups, troop training, and a couple of other things, but just for the recruitment banners alone actually were really good, because they were master recruit as well. I did actually get a couple of quite half decent guards by using those banners. I don't know if because they're farm alliances, farm castles, because we do know that castles that have had no money spent on them tend to have better drop rates on just about anything than castles that are played a lot and have bits and bobs spent on, or even a lot of money spent on them. The drop rates seem to be less. I don't know how that configures in GOG's brains. I guess it's to entice you to spend, but on the other spectrum, if you are a spender and you're aware of that, you're less likely to spend, because that's gotta piss you off, right? Pisses me off, I know that much. Getting frickin' magic swords on farm accounts and then waiting months and months to get them on mains. Go figure. So yeah, anyway, I liked the rewards from that one quite a lot. Yeah, guard recruit, can't go wrong with that. They're an absolute nightmare, even though they have changed the system in the last week or so. It is a little bit better, but I'm getting a lot of purples now, which I don't need them. All my skills are opened up and maxed out. What I need is gold cards so that I can get some stars on them, because everything else is done. I'm sure a lot of you are in exactly the same boat as well. One of the other things that you can win, and that I did actually also think was quite a nice touch, especially to kind of benefit other players as well, other than just yourself, whilst you're actually doing this Returning Kings event, and that is that whilst you were doing like the daily affairs and the romance story and all of that, you could win these like little, of course they're little, they're fucking pixels, Jesus Christ, you can win these little horns. Anyway, they summon a giant wolf. Obviously you need the alliance to attack them. They are not strong at all. Clearly this game was based at people who have just got small bases, but the rewards for them were really good. So each one that you do, this is where I was talking about the 5 again, but I'm gonna flippy flop. But each one that you do, you get a gold chest, so a random amount of gold, 100 gold, some resources and some speed ups, which I think is really fucking good, quite frankly. There's quite a lot of these little horn things that you can get, so that's quite a lot of opportunity to actually rack up quite a lot of gold. With the 5 that I was going to get into, the gold chests only work on 5 giant wolves per day, so it's actually better to store them up and then like use them over a period of time rather than boshing them all in one go, because you're losing out on a bit of gold. But regardless to that, we didn't realise that until later on, and we still got quite a lot of gold out of it. I think between me and Nat, who's in my alliance, we got like 90k gold racked up just by doing these wolves. That's an amazing amount, especially for a non-spender, and especially you could do quite a lot with that on a new account. Or even just on an old existing account or whatever. It is actually, I thought that was alright. I was quite impressed. I thought, thank you, GOG. It's usually we look forward to a measly amount of gold, and yeah, we did really good, so I was pleased with that. It was nice. And everybody got to get involved, so they liked it too. There was one thing throughout this event that absolutely miffed everybody, including the people that were doing the Returning Kings part. And it was call to arms, and basically everybody, including non-returning kings, as part of that anniversary event, got this call to arms, but it was not really clear what it was, and everybody was sending out codes. I'm guessing you all know what I'm talking about now. And filling KC up with just all of these codes. Now, what those codes were actually for was, if you were a returning king, you could use just one of those codes and get a couple of rewards. And if you were a person that had put that code out and a returning king then used your code, you would then also get reciprocated rewards. So yeah, that's what that was all about. I think I've got a screenshot of what the rewards actually were. I did do it across them, but I kept forgetting to film it because I was doing so many accounts. And as I said, and you can tell by my footage, I'm just flip-flopping between like 4 or 5 different accounts trying to pick up little bits of footage here and there. Oh, it was an absolute nightmare. I would have actually have had this out a week ago. But I wanted to find out for you guys what those rewards were if you went to a different kingdom using said castle. So we'll have a little look at that now. So I went on to an account that I knew was really, really old. Don't use it at all. Don't know why I really made the castle. I made it with all the best intentions of having a farm in a kingdom that I don't play in very often. Never ever needed it. I don't even play the main count in that kingdom anymore, so it is literally completely redundant. Anyway, logged onto there because I didn't know what was going to happen when I clicked change kingdom. I knew that it was not going to port my existing farm. A lot of people got duped by that. They genuinely thought that their current account was just going to get ported to another kingdom, and that everything was going to be happy days and they would have all their stuff. This is GOG. They don't give us anything for free. They are not going to do that. And yeah, they made damn sure of that. And I knew that they would. So what I wasn't sure of was, would it override the existing account and then bind it to that Gmail, Twitter, whatever it is, you know? So that was one of the things that I wanted to test. And I also wanted to know what those rewards were, because it does tell you, but again, this is GOG. Nothing is ever as it appears. So yeah, logged onto this really, really old account, chose a kingdom. I think I went for like the newest one that was open at the time, 719. So I have been over there for a couple of weeks now, popping on and off. For the first week, I did do it quite intently because I really wanted to see how far I could get in with those rewards. But once my Returning Kings bit was over, I'll show you why I did this. So the 7 days essentially that it lasts, it was done. You can't get those rewards anymore. So if you don't reach them, then you're not getting them. It's as simple as that. It was actually an absolute nightmare. So obviously you have to go through all of the tutorial again, which you guys know that I love doing it so much. Absolute flippin' nightmare. 35 minutes of my life wasted just down the drain, that I'm not ever getting back again. That's fine anyway. Found myself a nice little alliance. I had no intention of starting my own alliance. I have my hands full with SRK. Love you guys. Well. So yeah, just went over to go and check this out and give people a bit of help whilst I was there as well, because you know I'm a nosy Parker and I like to give you all terrible advice. Anyway, whilst I was there, yeah, there's some interesting characters in that kingdom. I got, actually, sorry, this is completely going off piste. I was quite intrigued by this kingdom at the very beginning, because from day one, they basically went straight into nap. There was no civil war. And, well, that just doesn't happen. So I was waiting for the downfall, and I started talking to people, and most of them are new players. So you would really expect civil war, but it's actually been quite mild. This is the tamest kingdom that I think I've been in, so I think potentially 719. They could be the kingdom to watch in the future because they've got their shit together already. Although they did make a terrible decision this week and go for a top 10 nap. Guys, come on, don't feed on the little guys just to feed a couple of big guys. That's not the way to do it. That's my bit of advice, but I'm sure that I will wade in on some conversations over there at some point. Anyway, back to the new account. So, built it all up, started getting all my stuff sorted to get those rewards. I mean, we're 2 weeks on now. I couldn't get those rewards. What I actually managed to get up to was pretty shit. I think it was the second reward. And what they decided to basically do was filter out, because they promise you 30k gold, but it's actually 5k if you reach this amount of power, another 5k when you reach another amount of power, and then you get 10k when you reach a ridiculous amount of power. And really, if you're a non-spender, those goals are just absolutely non-achievable, and you're stuck in a bit of a rut at this point because you have a choice between spending money on stuff that you know is going to be really, really crap, because we're talking about a new kingdom here, so everything is really low level to start off with. You don't, like the highest threat is fuck, what are we on now? 29. So yeah, it's dire, but the gear and everything reflects that as well, unless you're spending money. But what you're spending money on is like R5 stuff, not the top end stuff, because it just isn't available in the shops at the early stages of these kingdoms. Absolute fucking nightmare. So you're in a position where like you either don't spend and then you don't get those rewards, or you spend on really, really terrible stuff for basically 30k gold, because that's the best thing that you get out from switching to these new kingdoms. So yeah, I wouldn't advise it, guys, not unless the place that you're in is really, really terrible and you just need to get the hell out of there. That's the only time that I would advise using that change kingdom, link, whatever they're calling it. They're just terrible. No, not good. They need to sort that shit out if they want to make it more appealing for people, especially when there's people like me that put out the actual information. It doesn't reflect well. Anyway, there was a couple of interesting things that I did find along the way whilst being in my new kingdom. And one of these interesting things was when I started in 592 with Gunmuse, the 50% event, so the main event that everybody has, in 592 and up, you do not get the construction reduction buffs. They just do not exist. Not the 33%, not the 50%. They don't exist. You do not have them. And when I started in 592, I wasn't actually aware of this. It was the first kingdom where they put it into place, which was just my luck, really, wasn't it? But they did that anyway, and after we'd already leveled up so much, it became apparent that there was an accolade that gave you certain amount of construction benefits, but I was beyond the point of being able to buy it and demonstrate it. So whilst I was doing this new account, and whilst I was also trying to get to these achievable goals to get this gold, I thought, okay, I will spend $4.99, I will buy this accolade, and we will just see how effective it is. Well, it isn't. Because I'm still C20. We're 2 weeks in. Obviously, I haven't got a farm and I'm not hitting people. So I'm not raiding for resources. I am literally doing the proper real grind, guys. The real grind. And I'm not like that I was... Go back to the beginning. I was intently doing it for the first week during that week's bonus because I needed to know how far I could get, but I haven't been the last week. It's just been sort of on and off and doing dailies and stuff like that, which takes 5 minutes on a new account. But yeah, you'd think I'd be a bit further with this magical accolade, so yeah, don't bother buying it. The only accolade that I really do think is worth the money is the one that's $9.99, which is for war books. I think it's still $9.99. Jesus, what is going on with my brain today? I cannot talk. I apologise. I'm just full of tongue ties. I think that's a thing. Tongue tied. Can't talk. Yeah. So is the Warbook accolade. I think I've saved a lot of time, effort, and potential money in getting that because the resources that it saves is pretty good. It's nice, especially when you get further on as well, and as they get more and more expensive. Yes. And also what I found, another thing that I thought was really interesting. I don't know if this is just an absolute... I don't know what's happening, but look, guys, there's new guards in this new kingdom. There's gold guards and purple guards. I don't know if this is like looking through the looking glass at what we're going to get in these older kingdoms in the next month or so, or whether these guards are purely for new kingdoms. Bearing in mind, like, I would like to say that Guns of Glory are doing everything the same across the board, but they're evidently not. The fact that they stopped doing the construction buff with the main event is just an absolute nightmare. But it just shows that they're not treating old and new kingdoms as the same. So yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, you guys can have a little look at these guards. I think I might, I don't know, I might have a little look at them a little bit closer, like in another video at another time, because I don't really know if it's apparent, but I just wanted to, I wanted you guys to know that they were there, because it's either something that we're going to get, or it's something that we're at a disadvantage of. Either way, it's really annoying that they've launched them in one place and not another. I haven't had any drop yet though, I've got to say, and I haven't seen or heard anybody in 917. It's going to take me a long time to get that one drilled into my head, with these guards yet, so I might have a little ask about, and then when somebody's got them, I'll have a little look-see and see how effective they are and get back to you guys on that one. Yeah, so anyway, that's it really on the Returning Kings event. It is a nice little event. It's definitely good for free stuff. You guys can make your minds up really whether you think it's worth it or not, either based on this or based off your own sort of knowledge. But I think if you're under a C30, it's an old account, you haven't done anything with it for a while, you can definitely build up a bit quicker with all of these incentives. I don't think they held back. There's a lot of tabs there, there's a lot of stuff up for grabs. Some of it is very tedious. Some of it is obviously very time consuming. Like, I think there's a bit where you have to hit a ton of threats and red cards, and we all know that that's time consuming, but when you're a small castle, oh my god, those marches take just forever. It doesn't end. Oh god, I'm having flashbacks. Anyway, let's move on to the next segment. This is where I answer all your questions, little bit of banter, psych. Not so much a question this week, more of an observation, but Uncharted Seas launches in 2 days, guys. It's finally going to be off. So make sure that you are organising yourselves and getting your shit together, because for those kingdoms that are in war, you need to start working together. Now is the time. Fuck KVK and all of that shit. You want to win the big palace, or at least I do as well. I've been putting a lot of pressure on my 433 guys, and one, I'm really sorry to you lot, but two, I'm so fucking thankful that I've got you all as well. I really am. So yeah, this is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited to see what kingdoms we've got. So if any of you guys get us, one, say hello, because you will most definitely be on film, and two, be kind. I can't say that I'll return the favour, but you know, come on, be kind please. So yeah, looking forward to that. Not really much banter, I guess, but you know, we've been waiting for it for a really long time. It's been a couple of months now since that tester server come out. If you guys didn't see my video on that, and you're not really sure what the Uncharted is, please go back and watch it. I quite like the video, some people didn't. Lots of people did, so that's fine. But there's lots of useful information in there, a little bit of strategy, but it gives you a really good idea of what you're going to be up against. But just bear in mind that if you do watch any, not just my video, but any other people's videos as well, is that we had to squish a 7-week event into 7 days. So it all seems very rushed. I don't think there will be as much pressure on in this one. Well, hopefully not anyway, because it was pretty freaking insane, but I kind of liked that, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It should be good. I hope you guys do really, really well, and yeah, I might see you. What a lovely thought.
This is the third degree with me, Creed.
I have got something that I want to have a little whinge about this week. That photo competition. They would not accept my photo. Now, I did do something absolutely ridiculous, and at the time, I thought it was really, really funny. I don't know if you guys are going to think it is as funny as I did, and I put way too much effort into what was potentially meant to be a joke. But even more of a reason why I was really pissed off that they would not allow my photo. So, you know the really vile mermaids that, like, might get her tits out, but we're still not quite sure yet because nobody's reached the upper levels of the mermaid's deaths? Well, I thought that I would recreate the mermaid. So I had to do a photo shoot, pretty much, with Greg. He's great. He really perseveres with my shit. Fair play. He's a great man. But anyway, I did it, and with a little help from Photoshop, I managed to recreate said mermaid. I did not have my tits out. I had a flesh-coloured bra, but apparently that was enough for Guns of Glory to not allow my picture. I tried to upload it, like, I don't know, about 20 times. They were not having any of it. Firstly, fuck you, GOG. Sorry, I don't know if any of you heard that bang, but clearly my neighbours are upset about something. Anyway, back to my flesh-coloured bra. I thought it was really fucking hypocritical of GOG to allow that mermaid slut on our phones, but I wasn't allowed to be said mermaid slut. So, yeah. That's what I think about that. Fuck you. And, yeah. That's the end of that. I might share the mermaid picture. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. But, I put the, little blurred one on the screen. I don't know, I mean, if Guns of Glory wouldn't allow it, are YouTube going to penalise me for putting that on here? So, might have to find somewhere else for it to go. Maybe my Facebook. I don't know. Guys, I'm not actually naked. Like, this over-censorship is absolutely fucking nuts. But whatever. Can't complain about it too much. Anyway, that's it. That's my little complaint for today. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know that I appreciate and love every single one of you. When I come across fans in game and stuff, I absolutely love it. So if any of you guys know who I am and you do see me just wandering about, please say hello because it's amazing. I love getting to know you all and just having a little natter and getting to know about people's kingdoms and stuff. I genuinely find it really, really interesting. So don't ever think you're gonna like bore the shit out of me or anything. I fucking thrive off it. Absolutely love it. And yeah, if any of you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section. And if there's anything that you guys want me to cover as well, like drop me a comment and let me know, like if there's a certain topic that you guys want to know a little bit more about, and I will see what I can do. I have got a few videos lined up, obviously with Uncharted Seas dropping. I will probably do a couple of live streams of that, see if I can rope in a couple of my alliance. That would be really, really nice. What would be really awesome is if I could get a couple of people from the other kingdoms that we're fighting against. So if any of you out there turn out to be people that I'm up against and you fancy yourselves, just your voice, you know, being on the old YouTubes, just send me a little message in game and we could definitely make that happen. I would like that very, 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 very much. Anyway, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you guys want to help me on my little YouTube journey, you can donate me a coffee by going across to buymeacoffee.com. I will leave the link down in the description below. If you don't, that's fine. It just fuels my life, but don't worry about it. I'm joking. But yeah, please like and subscribe. If you like it, other people get to see it, so that pans out really, really well. Anyway, guys, have a lovely, lovely day. Thank you so much for watching. As always, take care. Goodbye.